Welcome back to Vlogmas Small Business Grant Edition, where we are doing 25 grants in 25 days. So make sure you turn your bell on so you do not miss any of these grant opportunities, and make sure you go back and look at the other ones, because similar to this grant opportunity, this is a no deadline grant, y'all. And this grant opportunity is for $50,000. $50,000 of free money that you do not have to pay back. And we love free money, especially around the holidays. And guess what, y'all? On top of the fact that it is no deadline, there is no age requirement. It specifically stated that there is no age requirement. So if you have a youth that has a business idea or a business and they are looking for funding, this is a grant opportunity that they are going to potentially be eligible for. If you are new to the channel, welcome. I am Ebony, a licensed attorney out of the state of Missouri, and on this channel we focus on grants, legal tips, and setting the foundation for your business to get you to generational wealth. Because yes, money is good, but we want our money to serve generation after generation after generation. Check out the small business grant playlist. There are several opportunities listed there. I post no deadline grants in there. I post no business needed grants in there. We have nonprofit grants, and now we have our 25 grants in 25 days for Vlogmas as well. And y'all, I got two books. The first book is, individuals that I just want to read the stuff. I don't want to do nothing else. Give me the information, I'll figure it out. I have a second book that is a workbook. There are quizzes, there are simple answers, there's fill in the blanks, there's information on where you can get grants, and that's in both of the books. Both of the books are going to help you figure out if you get the grant, if you don't get the grant, applying for the grant. And there will be a link in the description to get you to the website so you can see some of the 5-star reviews if you're on the fence about purchasing the books. But then also, if you would like to further support the channel so I can continue to provide these resources free of charge on YouTube, come on over to the Patreon. I'm going to quickly share my screen so you can see what's in there in case you want to join. Here's the Patreon. Yes, information is locked. However, once you become a member, the information will be unlocked. I post different grants in here. I post articles. I just recently posted a $15,000 grant. I posted a 10-week business accelerator. I also will post other cohorts outside of the accelerators. Essentially, I'm going to post anything that I think will be helpful for you while you're on your entrepreneurship journey. But we don't want to stay over there too long, because we're trying to figure out how are we going to get access to $50,000 and there's no deadline and there's no age requirement. Yes, it is true. So stay tuned and continue watching this video to get the information. Before I go into the eligibility requirements, leave me a comment. I'm going to say this every video. Let me know where you are watching from. Let me know what type of business you have, because I am pulling from the comments. So I could possibly find a grant in your city, state, and or industry if it is in the comments, and then you can come to my channel and possibly see a grant that is specific to you. But most importantly, let me know if you've applied for any of the grants that I've posted, or if you plan to apply for any of the grants that I'm going to post. But this grant, y'all, $50,000, no age requirements, and the application takes you only 7 minutes. And the application says it is a 7-minute application. And I went through it and I got to the end and I'm like, that's it? That is it. Now, these questions that you must answer. The first thing is you have to pitch your business to them. I'm not going to say that this is a pitch competition, because it is not. It is a pitch to investors. Their goal is to assist people who are typically underrepresented in the capital market. And your business must have an impact on society or the planet. That's super broad. So most of our businesses has at a minimum an impact on society, right? So if you're doing clean energy, yes, you're gonna impact the planet. But that's gonna impact society as well, because we're gonna have better breathing air. So either way, you're going to be impacting society. Now, the first question that you're going to have to answer, which I've talked about and I got off on this other stuff, y'all, is pitching your business. But when they say pitch your business, not just saying what type of business you have, they specifically want to know who is your target market, how are you going to monetize your business, in which markets, and then what do you need to prove to launch? Now, your target market, y'all, and we've talked about this in other videos, you must break it all the way down, okay? So you need to talk about gender, you need to talk about race, ethnicity, location, economic background, educational background, hobbies, anything that is associated with this person, okay? You need to be able to know everything about your consumer. What is going to trigger them to support you, okay? Another question, who are your competitors? And I say, you can't say I'm my own competition. And when they say competitors, you need to do your research, right? They want to make sure that you've done market research to see who's out there, who's doing what I'm already doing, and then specifically, how are you innovative? Okay? When they're talking about your competition, y'all can do all the same things. And the best example is the individual that made the shoe that can remove the heel. Anybody can make a shoe, but who's making the shoe where the heel can come off? Or who's making the shoe that you can fold up and put in your purse so when your feet hurt? So what is innovative about what you are doing? That is what they are looking for, okay? And then the next thing that you must answer is, how much money are you trying to raise? Now again, when you're thinking about money and how much you need, only ask for what you need, okay? Do not ask for more than what you need, because they are going to do their own research to figure out what does it really take financially for whatever type of business that you are pitching to them. And you have to provide them with a pitch deck. Now, there's a sample pitch deck inside of the Patreon if you want to join there. A lot of our grants typically do not ask for a pitch deck in the first phase. Sometimes they do ask for it in the second phase as they do their due diligence. So I would highly recommend just having a pitch deck similar to your business plan. But again, check out the workbook and the Patreon to get access to some of these resources so you are not scrambling to put this together. And then they are also offering you mentorship and strategic networking. And they specifically said strategic networking, right? Because we all can go to networking events, but if the people that you need to be in the room are not in the room, then it doesn't necessarily matter that you went to a networking event. So they want to make sure that based off of your business type, that you are in the room with individuals that you can collaborate with that can take your business to the next level. And we all know that having a mentor allows you to skip steps of what I call teachable moments because they've already experienced that. Now, y'all, $50,000. Yes, yes, and yes. Grants are taxable income. So please make sure that if you are awarded this money, that you are setting a percentage aside for Uncle Sam, unfortunately, who's done nothing to get the money, right? But we don't want you to end up having delinquent taxes, which will affect your future funding because that is a part of their due diligence process to make sure there aren't delinquent taxes. But then also you don't want to potentially affect your business where your business is tanked because you're not able to pay your back taxes, which again creates barriers for you to get additional access to capital. Now, y'all, leave a comment. Let me know if you're going to apply. Let me know if you got questions about the grant, but let me know where you're watching from, what type of industry you have, and specifically city and state. But with all of that, y'all, let's get into this grant. All right, y'all, this grant opportunity is sponsored by Peanut Start Her. Now, don't run off because you see her in it, and it's definitely two women's hands on this page. When they first started handing out grants, it was specific to women. So now they have expanded it, and it is a micro fund investing in women and underrepresented founders of all ages, life stages, ethnicities, and sexual orientations. So you are potentially eligible for this grant opportunity if you are an underrepresented founder. So you do not have to be a woman to potentially get access to this $50,000. And we've already talked about what they're looking for: society and the planet, underrepresented. And then they are looking for companies that are pre-seed only. Okay, so if you are not pre-seed, you are not eligible for this grant opportunity or funding opportunity, as they're calling it, giving you access to capital. But let's quickly look at the application, which we've already talked about, but I want to show you all. This is a 7-minute application. So as I said at the top of the video, they'll write checks up to $50,000. And it says 7+ minutes. This is 7 minutes, and it's probably less if you got one of those ebooks, y'all. So we're gonna start the application. And I did NA for a lot of this stuff just so we can get to the meat and potatoes of the application. So your name, your email, name of your business, pre-launch, yes, because that's what they're looking for, or you could have launched, number of employees, but remember, you must be pre-seed only. Did you have previous funding? We're gonna say no. And then pitch us your business, 500 words. So you got to be concise. You have to be to the point. As I've said in a lot of the videos, they get thousands of applicants anyway. So you don't want to write a memoir and bore the grantor. You want to make sure that they know who you are, what you are about, and why you do what you do. And it needs to be something that screams passion through the pages of the paper that they're going to be reading. And then your deck, which we talked about. And this is going to include your business plan and why they should be investing in you. Okay. But again, you want your business plan. But secondly, optional pitch deck. We do all things optional, right? Because if they're saying that it's optional, it's something that they thought about at the table and said, you know, this might be something good for us to have in order to make that decision. So again, there is a sample pitch deck inside of the Patreon. And, you know, if you don't already have one. And then once you do that, who are your competitors? We talked about that. You need to talk about who's out there and how are you innovative, not just who your competitors are, but now when you go back to that first question and you're telling them about your business, you need to talk about how you are innovative in comparison to your competitors. What makes you stand out? How much money are you raising? That's it. And then you're going to hit submit, y'all. And then you're going to come back here after you hit submit because we're going to get this money. I'm going to see that comment. You're going to tell me. We're going to celebrate. We're going to get you highlighted on the page somewhere. And of course, I'm going to have to go live and you will be the guest once you have won one of these grant opportunities. But check out the ebook, the workbook, the Patreon, the small business grant playlist, our Vlogmas grant playlist, 25 grants in 25 days. But as always, whatever you can do to support the channel, I am forever grateful. And I want to thank you. I want to thank you for taking time out of your day to spend with me virtually. I want to thank you for supporting the channel. And wherever you are in the world, I hope that you are having a beautiful day. And I will see you all next time.